Welcome and happy Thursday. We are here to talk about weekends. And I don't know about you, but I love kind of my weekend, and a lot of times I'll be like, okay, or at least I used to be this way. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be good all week, and then it's like the weekend. And let me know if you are guilty of this, because I certainly can be, and I will be honest with you, I used to be. So let me know if you are watching live. So comment #live or comment #replay if you are here, and where you are watching from. And also give me a thumbs up if you kind of have this habit, or sometimes where you're, doing a lot on the weekends, and sometimes your health habits can go out the window. And this can be extremely frustrating when you are trying to, be healthy or build muscle or lose fat, right? When you're doing so well, and suddenly it's the weekend and you're trying to go somewhere, or you have a wedding, or go out to eat, or
weekends can be busy.
They're
right?
really busy.
Yeah, or it's like you said before, you're focused all week and you just want to let loose a little bit, right? And enjoy your dinner out or have some drinks, right? And yeah.
So we are gonna really be here. We're gonna give you some tactical strategies on how to continue to stay on track, to stay the course, to kick butt this weekend, and every single weekend, whether you're staying at home, whether you're going on vacation, whether you're out to eat, or any kind of special events. These are 10 tactical strategies, and we're just happy to have you along for the ride.
Yeah, so get something out. If you're watching the replay, pause this, go get some paper. You want to write these down. So what we really want to avoid is having the weekend be something you have to recover from, or start over, right? And we kind of call that sometimes your weekend hangover, right? Not that you were drinking so much over the weekend, but maybe you overindulged and then you roll around to Sunday night and Monday morning you're like, oh, I just don't feel well, right? So we want you to enjoy your weekends but feel really good. So the first strategy is that we want you to you should be planning ahead and setting some clear goals for yourself around the weekend. So, taking some time to think about, okay, what do I have coming up, right? When am I going to move? What am I going to grab for food? Do I have, what do you love?
I think because in the past, I used to be like, oh, I'll just start over Monday. Oh, I'll just start over Monday. And then it'd be Wednesday, Thursday. I'd be like, oh, WTF, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But then it became the entire week would be that way. So I don't know if anyone else is guilty of this, but I've been there. Would love to hear in the comments how y'all feel about that.
So having a plan can reduce a lot of that decision fatigue over the weekend. It can help you feel less overwhelmed because exactly, you have the foods that you need, and you have a goal for yourself. Exactly what it is that you're trying to accomplish over the weekend, or not trying to accomplish if it's a Sunday and your goal is to rest all day, right? So be prepared and have a goal. And when you have a clear plan, you are less likely then to be tempted by all the extras, right? You're less likely to lose your focus by everything that can go on the weekend. And I know it can get distracting, right?
Number 2 is enjoy. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but we did the whole talk about this last Thursday. You should check it out from last week. There are no good foods and bad foods. And that's just true. Food is just food. It's just calories, and people are talking about calories, and usually those people are people who don't understand how calories work. So one thing we do with our clients is we show them, and we just showed you last week, that there are no good foods, bad foods. And so enjoy during the weekends, during the weeks, food that you like. And one thing I really like is having the power and the knowledge to enjoy all kinds of food. Yes, I like to fuel my body with foods whole foods and stuff like that, but I eat chocolate every day, and I'm not going to stop. So if you like chocolate, if you like pizza, and I see Kim West here. I see Lisa. I see some of our clients on this live. It doesn't show me everyone, but we know we can enjoy fun foods, right? We know there's no such thing as a bad food. And I would love for you guys to comment, those who are watching, who are able to enjoy both, on the weekends, on the weekdays, as long as, we do hit our targets when it comes to other foods. So if you are going to a party or you're going out, pick something that you like and enjoy it within portions, right? That's not a bad thing. Balance is important.
Yeah, I think that's so important, just giving yourself that permission and having a strategy that includes those no guilt indulgences, right? It kind of piggybacks on number one. When you have a plan and you have goals, and then you can incorporate these indulgences in these treats, it's very symbiotic, right? So number three is we want you to pre-eat.
I heard eat.
You might preheat them. Pre-eat healthy snacks before events, okay? So what this means is you do not want to show up to an event or a dinner or a restaurant or a party.
I see that too.
You do not want to show up starving, right? Because I don't know about you, but I never make my best food decisions when I am frickin' starving, right? I just want everything, and it's very hard to say no to things. So have a snack. About 200 calories is usually a good ballpark, but somewhere in that range, with protein, right? With carbs. And eat that before you go, about an hour before, so that when you show up, you are not ravenous. And then you can make more conscious, shall we say, decisions, and you can be more objective of do I really want that, or would I prefer to have this? Which foods do I maybe not have access to regularly? Okay, I'm going to have that. That's a bit of a treat. And you can be more logical about it, for lack of a better word, right?
These are so good. I'm sorry, because
Because
the weekends were my bottleneck for years and years. And I would do this every time I go to all these mistakes, the opposites. I go to a party starving so I could eat everything inside. I'd stand by there, alcohol, all of it.
Well, I think a lot of people, and we hear this from clients, and I've been guilty. Also, it's okay, you have something in the evening, so you're saving every calorie. You're saving all of your calories. So I'm not gonna eat all day long so I can go and have fun at this party. And what you really want to do is the opposite. You want to be eating regularly throughout the day, small, balanced.
And still have fun at the party and still eat at the party.
And maybe focusing on high volume foods so that your calories are staying a little bit low, so you have a little bit more space.
Yes.
But still eating regularly throughout the day and about an hour before you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number four is stay hydrated. This is my favorite one because I have a water goal every single day. Everyone should have a water goal every single day. I definitely recommend it. If there's nothing you get out of this, I want you to have a water goal every day, whether it's 8 cups of water a day, 10, whatever it is, have half of it by noon. And weekends are actually more important because we tend to splurge more on the weekends, and water is not only the number one nutrient, you need it. It has so many vitamins, all that stuff. So protects against disease, heart disease, cancer, all those things, but it also keeps you full. It helps with craving. So if you have if your water goal is 10 cups a day, 8 cups a day, whatever, you have half of that by 12, you're just going to make better decisions.
Yeah. And that's also really good. If for weekends, if maybe you're having a drink or two, alcohol is very dehydrating. So really focusing on your water is going to help you just flush that out of your system. It also makes your skin look better. All right, number 5, protein at every meal. Prioritize this. So every time you eat, you should be picking your lean protein first and then building out your meal around that. So I always tell clients the rule of 3: protein, carb, veggie, or fruit, right? So doing this helps ensure that you are fueling your body, but also feeling full, right? That you really are not feeling hungry all day long, right? It helps balance your blood sugar. It helps build muscle and all of these things, but it just helps you feel good, right? And then when you feel good, you make better decisions, right? And you're more likely to make healthier decisions or things that are in line with your goals when you're not feeling restricted and ravenous.
I want you to pause for a second, and I want you to so far look at all these strategies because we're halfway done. None of these are taking anything away. None of these are restrictions. You guys know Sarah and I have been doing this. We've helped over 1,000 women in 11 years with our midlife makeover program. And just be clear, right? Sustainably lose, 25 plus pounds. And I want you to think about that. Sustainably, not only lose the weight, all right, but the quality of how you lose the weight matters, right? So that you don't gain it back. None of this is taking anything away, and we're feeling good. We're becoming role models to our children, right? We're doing good things for our bodies. I think that's really, really important, right? These are things that you're doing that are doing the quality way. So I want you to write that. Like, I want to get fit, get strong, right? Without taking things away. I want it to, by getting stronger, fitter, right? Without being restricted, right? You're a grown ass woman, right? You're not gonna limit your calories and take things away, because we know logically that's not gonna work. We're gonna gain it back and we're gonna feel terrible.
Because the way you lose the weight has to be the way you sustain the weight loss, right? So if you have a different strategy for kind of getting down to your goal, and then you don't have a strategy for once you get there, it's not the same strategy. That's
so
why
important.
people feel like they failed all the time, right? Which breaks my heart.
You're not a failure. What the thing that you were doing was not, it wasn't a good strategy. You were not a failure. You can absolutely do this. Okay. I'm going to keep going. Number 6.
We went on a little tangent there.
It's really important though, because you don't have to restrict. Number 6 is practice mindful eating. To me, this was a huge thing, because like I said, with like doing nothing, not eating a lot, and then eating a ton, and being really good during the week. And then, I think this was, I really thinking about it, pausing to think, like, we live in such a world with like instant gratification. We can get anything on the internet like that. We can get anything in DoorDash like that. We can get everything so quick that we don't really think about like long term, right? And we're teaching that to our kids too. I'm guilty of this, okay? I'm guilty. Yeah. So practicing for myself, right, to take a couple seconds before I eat, and I love to eat. I eat a lot of food. You can ask Sarah, I eat chocolate every day, but instead of eating like the whole chip bag, instead of eating like 7 pieces of cake, right, which we can all do at night on a weekend. If you've never done this before, I guess you're perfect, because I am not, is being mindful and being like, what is like, how am I going to fill up first? And then what decisions I'm going to make that are like worth it to me, that are going to make me feel physically good.
And it's not just being mindful about like what you're going to eat and how much, but being mindful of the process too. I think, we're all so busy. A lot of times, we're eating our lunch while we're working, right? Or we're like sitting eating breakfast while we're scrolling the phone and checking emails. We're like multitasking all the time. And when you do that, and I am guilty of doing this too, right? When you do that, your body and your mind is not as clued in as to what your body is feeling, and your hunger cues, your fullness cues, your enjoyment of the food. You don't feel it as much. And so as much as possible, trying to disconnect that eating process from your screen, or, just having non-distracted eating, also eating more slowly, chewing your food.
I'm such a hard time with that.
I'm such a fast eater. And so I have to really focus on that. Like, Sarah, slow down. It's not like, it's not a race, right? So some of those strategies that can be really helpful when it comes to enjoying your food and paying attention to what your body wants and needs, right? Number seven, do some kind of physical activity earlier in the day, right? If you can, get your workout done earlier in the day on the weekend so that it is done and you can go to your kids' sports or whatever it is that you've got going on, go help your parents, or go, if you're going, whatever you're doing, your movement box has been checked for the day. It's going to help you feel really good. It starts your day with a win. And you just feel more positive, and then you're more likely actually to make choices in line with your health and your goals, because you've already done something that's in line with those goals. So this may look different for different people. So if you can work out in the morning, we do recommend that. I, like Nirit, works out in the morning. I am more effective at workouts in the afternoon, evening. But I still move in the morning. Like, I get up, I go for a walk, sometimes I jog. So I get up and start that day with movement. It just makes you feel really good, gets your blood moving, gets your mind working better, helps you with your thinking. So many benefits. Do you have anything to add to that?
I was going to say, on the weekend though, I do recommend earlier in general, because things usually end up happening, just to be honest. Like, it works really well for Sarah, but Sarah's very dedicated to her fitness. I think for someone who's like starting out, weekends are a struggle. I think if you do struggle to move, I think doing it earlier is definitely better.
It's easy for the weekend to just kind of slip away, and it's like, whoopsies, well, day's over.
And it's easy to make excuses. Like, we keep our clients very accountable to their workouts, but I know a lot of people who this came up. You have time, and as a priority, and your however old you are, if you're 40 now, your 6-year-old self will thank you.
Yeah.
If you're 50 now, your 7-year-old self will thank you. If you're 60 now, your 80-year-old self will thank you. There is nothing more important than your movement. There's nothing more of a priority than your strength training, than your mobility. I can't think of anything more important and more that you will regret than moving your body. You get to move your body.
Yeah. That's so, like, that just means so much to me. Like, I mean, I've talked a little bit about this before, just watching my parents decline in age, and, they passed away in the past few years, and watching that whole process, also being an OT, seeing it clinically when I was working with patients, like, your 6-year-old self, your 7-year-old self, your 80-year-old self will be so, you will thank yourself for doing this now. And this is when it really makes a huge difference, right? On the one hand, it's never too late to start. On the other hand, the earlier you start, the better the results you're going to get.
And your life, your quality of life. Number 8 is opt for healthy substitutes. Okay. At events, at home. I love bread. I love bagels.
She really does.
Those things get such a bad name. I've heard so many people, and I'm in this space for nutrition, right? Like, I do so well. I know nutrition.
I love bread too, but not as much as you.
I eat bread like every meal, but I know how to eat it smart. People are like, oh, don't touch bread. It's so bad for you. I eat bread so much.
I don't take the French fries, please.
But I know how to eat bread. Right? I know what type of bread to have. I order bagels that are 70 calories. Like, you can eat bread. You can be smart. I'm not going to have like 6 regular bagels a day, but I know how to do it. If you like something, find swaps to eat it out. If I go out to a restaurant, I really like a brioche bun. I'm going to have that, but maybe I'm not going to have the French fries. If I'm only going out once a week, I will, right? Like, for one meal. But you can make choices. Life is choices, right? So doing a little swaps makes a huge difference. You can have bread. It's not worse for you. If you think bread is bad, you're not eating the right breads. There's a lot of nutritional knowledge and swaps out there that so many of us are missing. That, it is 2025. There's so much out there that you can have, and there are swaps for.
Yeah. So, like, what specific swaps would you recommend? I
mean, for me, first of all, swaps for, I've shared in this group, I do a royo bagel. I have like one a day. I do so many different things with it. I've posted here tons of times. I do 647 bread. Lots of people do like different breads. Bread is not bad. It's super filling. Like I said, when I go out to eat, like, I personally love a brioche bun, so I will always do a bun. Sometimes I'll do a house salad instead of fries. It depends what my mood is. Another thing, like, I don't know if we touched on this, but like, vegetables and fruits. Like, people are not eating fruits and vegetables at all as much as they should. That's not a swap, but like, it's a swap when like you're spending your whole day going to like a soccer game, and you'll be out and you just go out to eat during the middle of the day for no reason. I'm not saying don't go out to eat, but like, you could save a lot of health if you just took some time to like, I don't have time. You have time to put berries in a bag. You have time to pack a deli sandwich. Like, it doesn't take a lot of time. It takes like 10 minutes. And I would love some comments on that. Like, it takes 10 minutes to pack a sandwich out of bread. It's better. It's better for you. It's not bad. You think it's bad. It's not. You don't feel like doing it. It takes 10 seconds to pack some berries. It takes a couple, or cut some peppers. It takes 2 seconds to cut some peppers or whatever. And it's easy to get vegetables in. You just have to take like a second to do it. So those are some swaps.
All right, we're on number 9, right? Number 9 is the 1 plate rule. So if you're going somewhere, Say you're going to a friend's house for a game night, as we frequently do, or you're going to a party, have one plate of food, right? So get yourself a plate and put food that you enjoy on it, right? So I'm not saying like make a mountain out of your plate, but have a full plate of food.
Yeah.
Of things that you enjoy.
Like, oh, one plate you said?
Make a food of things that you enjoy and then go enjoy it, right? Go away from the table to socialize, enjoy your plate of food, and then go back and have a dessert, right? So you can enjoy a full plate of food but stick to one. Like, don't keep going back. And if you're standing by like the food, I'm looking at you. Yes, I do it too. But if you're standing by the food, then you're gonna pick at it, right? So make yourself a full plate of food, and then go and enjoy your like social time somewhere else away from the food. Is what we recommend.
Number 10 is sleep. Guys, first of all, this is so ignored. If you're women who get 7 hours or more of sleep are 80% more likely to lose fat. You need that circadian rhythm, okay? So that includes, making that time to go up to bed early in general, okay? Like on weeknights and on weekends. So, weekends are a really great way to catch up on your sleep because, you're like, oh, sleep more, okay. And I know, like I'm a working mom. I have a kid who is a type 1. It beeps at me. You probably don't know what I'm talking about. I get woken up a lot, okay? So I don't want to hear like, oh, okay. Make time for sleep. Use, not lose your weekends, I always say, right? You have two choices. You could use your weekends or lose your weekends. So if you miss some sleep over the week, right, from, I don't know, grading papers, whatever it is that you're staying up late to do, get it on the weekend. Also, if you're just scrolling your phone during the week, that's you. That's what you can, you know what you could do? You could put your phone away at night, right? You could say, okay,
here's like you're calling me out here.
I'm calling a lot of people out, but like, it's true. It's not good for you, mentally too. Like, I mean, it's not like great for any of us. So to put that away, try to go to bed earlier. And if you go to bed in the weekends around the same time as the weekdays, it's better for your body. And now we have a bonus tip. This is the most important one. You want to share?
Oh, sure. I thought you were going to say it. Be kind to yourself. Nobody's perfect, right? So like, things don't go, if you made a plan and things didn't go exactly according to plan, do not beat yourself up, right? Make conscious choices, but also be kind to yourself, right? We always operate by the clean slate rule so that, no matter what happens the day before, you wake up, it is a clean slate the next day. It is a fresh day. It is another opportunity to move forward instead of getting stuck in the past. You don't have to punish yourself for your choices. We don't do any of that. Clean slate, move forward, make choices that you're proud of, because then you feel better about yourself and you feel more confident and your self-efficacy improves. And I just want to give everybody a shout out. This has been 23 minutes.
I know. And
y'all are still hanging in here with us. So if you have made it to the end, I want you to type in the comments, made it, because we really appreciate you watching.
Yeah. And I know this is a lot of information. We were like, should we do 5? Should we do 10? But we were really passionate about this. I could go on and on with more tips and kind of get into like the more like individualized, because that's kind of what we do. We kind of give more individualized. But if you guys have, if you guys have any more specific questions when it comes to you and your lifestyle, PM us and ask us some questions, because that's exactly what we do. We really customize people's plans to make it fit their lifestyle and make it work for them, for their lives specifically. And we really tailor it. What did someone say to you today?
She said, I was on a call with someone and she was like, she had worked with like another coach previously, and she's like, but your program, you guys are just like top notch. Those were the words she used. And I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But we really try, right? We really try hard to work with people individually and find out, what makes you tick and what are you dealing with and how can we support you and what works for your lifestyle.
Right, because everyone is different. Everyone's goals are different, right? Everyone's life is different. So, and we're really good at it. So if you would like to talk with us and see if we perhaps be a good fit to work together, just PM us the word fit. We could work with that fit, because we could it rhymes with my name too. and that would be cool, or just to ask us some questions, and I will be seeing you guys in our DMs. Have a wonderful Thursday. Some of your kids might be home for I don't know what, but I don't know, better safe, I guess. Have a wonderful Thursday. Talk to y'all soon. We don't know. Bye.